My other phone died. Speaking of that, I gotta pay this phone bill. My G, come on, bro. My bad. I'll turn. Man, it's funny, man. Life is so good right now. And I was sharing on the live before my shit was interrupted. Is that like there's so much going on in the world, right? Like all this shit with Iran and Israel, and I don't even think I'm qualified to talk on this. I don't mind giving my opinion, because I don't think no one should be dying. I think it should be, it's crazy because the year started off so wild, and this man Donald Trump was lying. Everything he said that, oh, we are gonna prevent this and prevent that. This motherfucker done did it, bro. Like, oh, he would create world peace and prevent new. He just lying. Anyways, I don't want to go into the nuances of that, but I do know the world is in a very fucking crazy place right now. Obviously, I believe in God and how God made the universe. Everything happens for a reason. So I don't know what is in God's divine plan and why the collective consciousness has led humanity to this point. What's that? But I do know that all this stuff, excuse me, all this stuff happens for a reason. Oh Lord, they're everywhere. Max the other day she was like, nigga, you need to be pet. Like, yo, ugly ass guy. Yo, you, and pet like, bruh, now that I don't get, man, all right, let me reverse, right? Because it's International Women's Day. And yesterday was a perfect example of just like how I really got like solid women in my life or whatever. Specifically, I have a handful of women that I really love. Like love. Like I will be no hesitation when I say I love you without, you know what I'm saying? And I don't, I mean, if you know me, you know who they are, but I don't need to share it to the world unless they want to be shared or whatever. Not like that, because it's not like, oh yeah, because I don't got no hoes, okay? It's not like I got a bunch of, oh yeah, Amaury, you got all the, nah, bro, I'm just a solid person, and I got real relationships and friendships, and like, you know what I'm saying? I know it's odd, because even the homies be like, when Zay get married, he gonna have all his exes as the bridesmaids. And it's funny too, because what's happening? My uncle, I was confined with my uncle about some shit. Yesterday I was like, man, this shit was so dope. We did the skits, woo woo. And I ain't gonna lie, it's a little cringe because, I have my ex reenacting a scene. What the hell? I got my ex reenacting a scene that's like exaggerated, but it's like something that we would actually have a conversation about. And we laughing and shit like that. And I was telling my uncle, like, yeah, it's kind of awkward, or whatever. And he's like, yeah, because she dumped you. I was like, yo, you don't give a fuck about my feelings, do you, ugly ass? That shit had me rolling. Cause I'm like, what the fuck? Why you do that? But yeah, going back to the topic of International Women's Day, giving appreciation. That's what I want to do. This live will be dedicated to the women in my life in all, capacity, whatever. And I'll share a little bit about my experiences and things of that nature. So, just to give, I ain't gonna share the skit, right? But just, I can't play it. I could play a piece. You want to play a piece? I need to like some comment, y'all want to play a piece of the skit. It's not mixed or nothing yet. Hold on. Did I save it in this phone? The outtakes are fucking gas. I don't got no one behind me, right? Cause like I had to record it, bruh. I don't know why Oh yeah. All right. On the
next scene. Like a fucking toy in the fucking bathtub. I see. It's a fucking egg. Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie. I hope y'all don't lose that sense of fun on top of that, when y'all get older. And then on top of that, he wearing goggles. Oh no, that man a Power Ranger.
Oh my god, that's funny. That's funny. I get y'all. That wasn't even us doing the skit. We was in conversation because let me tell you how bougie these women is, right? Because I'm like, my initial intention, because I hit up my ex, like, yo, Jazz, look, like, y'all good for this time, blah blah. She's like, yeah, don't worry. She's like, so, what should we wear? I'm like, the fuck you talking about? Like, I just need y'all voice. Like, what do you mean wear? She's like, we're not gonna be on camera. I'm like, no. But then I'm like, oh shit, that'll be fire for like behind the scenes footage. And I'm like, oh, thank you, cause I ain't gonna lie, my ex is one of the finest women I've ever seen in my life, and this is no joke. Like, you know what I'm saying? And her homegirl is just as beautiful. So hold on, I think I can't. Damn, I don't got it on this phone, and I can't really share it. I'm not gonna do all that right now. But and if you know me, you've seen them on my stuff. But so I'm like, all right, cool. So then I'm trying to figure out, cause I'm like, these bitches is not gonna download Discord. They not finna download Discord. And I'm just like, hey, y'all could download. And I remember the face they both made. I'm like, all right, nah, whatever. So I screen recorded the goddamn us recording it, and like to get the effect and all that of just sounding like I'm talking from the microphone. I mean, sounding like I'm speaking on the phone, which I am. I had the mic certain, whatever. It was so fun, right? It was so fun. But just for context, right? I've shared the story. I shared it on the Verse for the Heart Part 1. Kendrick's Heart Part 1 that I freestyled over. Like, I was the same week that one of my homies passed away, in like a terrible motorcycle accident. Like 3 days before, my stupid ass was lit. I was fresh off a podcast. Shout out to Bobby Triller. That's my dog. We went to Bobby Triller's podcast, Boss Talk, and it's so dope because it was me, my boy Veli, and my sis who was on the live not too long ago. And anyways, right? Because I can go into this whole story. Like, I'm not do this a lot. I guess I need a podcast or something so I could just do long-winded talks because I talk my fucking ass off. Point is, my car got stuck in I was lit as fuck. I ended up driving down a one-way. My car got stuck in the ditch. I couldn't get the motherfucker out. And I'm over here pressing on the exhaust. The shit wasn't moving up, right? And I'm lit, so I'm not even thinking. I'm not thinking of all the other alternative ways that I could have got this car out this ditch, but I'm over here panicking. My ex, me and we wasn't even cool at the time. Was it 2018? It was 2019, I think. We wasn't even cool at the time. I call her, and granted, I'm kidding her up like damn near 1 a.m. She's in Texas, so she like, what the fuck? She's like, what's going on? I'm like, and I'm panicking. I'm like, yo, Jess, I'm scared. My car's stuck. I need help. This, down the third. I ain't know who to call. I was talking to I can't say all that, but I was in a situationship at the time and had other options, people I could hit up, but I was so embarrassed and scared. And she's one of the only people like I trust, right? Bad terms or nah, just because like that's, there's people in your life that regardless they're gonna keep it authentic with you. And it's not a thing of like possession. Like, I don't give a fuck. Right now she got a baby and a man. They living somewhere in Houston. Like, they having I don't feel no type of way of that. That's a friend to me or family to me. So I just want to make sure she's okay. So I'm just giving context because any potential women that's gonna be in my future, I don't want them feeling some type of way like, oh, so you still close to your ex? Yes, I told you, so you could know. So that way, if I bullshit, you know. And I'm not gonna bullshit because you know what I'm saying? I'm a grown ass man. Like, I wouldn't go in a relationship if I know I'm gonna fuck around. That's stupid. But anyways, so she ended up calling her homegirl, which is the girl that played my girlfriend on the skit, to get me, right? I dozed off in the car. I remember, so I'm like lit. I don't know what the fuck going on. I remember dozing off and I heard, and I looked to my left and it's Tiff. And I'm like, okay. So I opened the door, and when I got out the car, I fell into water. And granted, I don't even know, like, I'm still curious, like, where the fuck this water came from. Because granted, if you look, on my 111 cover, that's my car right there. That's the car that blew the fuck up. So I fell in the water. I get up, and I remember like just being lit, and I'm like leaning on Tiff's shoulder. I get in the car, and like I remember looking at the back of my car, and it looked like there was fire. But I'm like, nah, I'm tripping. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm like, whatever. I dozed off. Woke up next morning. Police was at my mama's house talking about some, yo, we found your car. Like, what happened? I'm explaining the situation. Then they looking at me like, you got enemies? And I started like, I didn't laugh at the moment because I'm mad that I fucking lost my car. I had a gold 2016 BMW. That bitch had 24,000 miles. That was my first foreign car that I bought with my credit and my name, and it was gone. Um, and I had it for 3 months. I had really had it for 3 months. You know how I know how short of a period of time it is. I had got the whip right before my boy went to the army. When my boy got out of basic training, the car was gone. Bro, I can't make this shit up, bro. So boom. So anyways, going back because I was talking about Women's International, International Women's Day. I hope it's today. If it wasn't yesterday, whatever. I'm celebrating it today. These two women saved my life. I would not be here right now. That's why, like, nigga can't tell me shit about my ex, bro. I would have died if she didn't pick up the phone. And my mama would have been grieving her child because my stupid ass decided to get lit. And this one thing, too, about words and stuff like that. This might have nothing to do with nothing or everything to do with everything. Around this time, the album Funeral came out by Lil Wayne, right? And I remember Bumble had a funeral edition fucking bottle. And that shit was in the trunk of the car. And I remember thinking to myself, damn, did I just like put that in my, like, that's why when it comes to, I'm not wearing no shirt that says death or like I feel like words, think about it. You spell a word like a spell. You know what I'm saying? So in my head, I'm like, damn, did I curse my car? No, actually, it was everything that had around it. But that's just the conspiracy theorist in me. But I do think there is a correlation with words and how things affect us. Anyways, yeah. So those two women saved my life. So for the rest, you know what I'm saying? For the rest of my life, for days being, especially Jazz, like she will forever have, whatever's within my possession or what I could do, whatever for her man's, her baby, whatever, they will be fine if I become, you know what I'm saying? Because of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, I'm not even supposed to be here. I'm in Puerto Rico right now, bro. I'm sitting in Old San Juan in the fucking car. Look at this beautiful sight. I ain't even walked back there yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fresh off of work. Actually, I'm fresh out the gym. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not bullshitting. I did go to work today. My work pants. Pause. Now I'm about to go handle some stuff up and then start the same thing tomorrow. Like, I'm grateful to be alive, bro. Especially considering all the chances I've had. Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I never was like a thug. I never was a gangbanger. I never was I wasn't like, I was outside. I won't say I was in the streets, but I grew up in the ghetto. I grew up, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, maybe my child, maybe from like zero, not a lot, because my first apartment my mama had was across the street from Old Cutler Road on 200. Then we moved to Kendall. And we was in Kendall till I was like 10. And then I moved to South Miami Heights for 1 year. Or it was probably less than a year. Because it was about a year. Then I moved to South Point Apartments in Perrine. And I was in South Point Apartments from 12 to fucking 21, 22. And then I moved all over down south after that. Once I got my apartment, it was a wrap. Or I moved out, I was just apartment hopping, whatever. Anyways. And it's funny because if I go down the line, like I had this conversation with someone recently. There's not an ex-girlfriend that I have negative blood with. And my uncle will joke and be like, why them bitches left you? Shut up. I love you, Theo. If you ever see this, I did not mean that. But that was from a place of hurt. But I'm saying that to say that, like, I'm not one to burn bridges with people I fuck with. whether it's real life, business, even relationship stuff. I am a hopeless romantic. I might do the most. I have not been perfect. Like my last situationship, damn, I wish I could talk like the full real, but it wouldn't be fair to like the people involved. But there's this girl, woman. This is like whatever Jada was to Tupac is what this person is to me. And I don't mean that in the sense of like, oh, yeah, this is my soulmate. This person supposed to be with for the rest of my life. No, I mean that as we're kindred spirits. We went to the same high school, and we locked in a time when we needed each other. Like I remember we tried to talk and like try to date. I was so in love. Like, oh my God, you're perfect. Blah 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 blah. Like we're supposed to be. You do this and I do this. Look, it's perfect. It's destiny. I'm over here selling my ass off. And she's like a super Christian. But I don't even want to say super Christian because I don't even think she be even reading the Bible like that. But she is definitely a Christian by nature, right? And I used to tell her a lot of times too that there's things that she embodies innately that I read about in the spiritual practices that I do. So that's how you know when someone's locked in, when they like subconsciously they do. Like I think women innately are just divine. It's true. If God was in the physical form, it would be a woman, a black woman, because the black woman is the mother of all races. Well, y'all not ready to have this conversation. I'm not even going to do that because I don't want to get in trouble. And it's not taking away from nothing. You just got to acknowledge what it is. And obviously race is a construct, but at the same time, it's true because humanity comes from Africa. That's just what it is. There's no debate. You know what I'm saying? And people be acting stupid or trying to make it like we're not. The general masses is not as stupid as people make it seem. That's what's funny to me. People really be thinking like, nah, bro, we a lot of, especially the indigo children, these motherfuckers intelligent and know what's up. Like, and I don't know how they play, especially with the internet and AI and all stuff. Now there's no way to just hide information unless you just get rid of it. And I don't know how that's gonna work. Anyways, back to the story. So, I remember like whatever, we tried to make shit work, and then we kind of like stopped talking for a minute. I ended up getting in a relationship with my ex at the time. So then I was with my ex for like 2 years. It's like 2016, 2018. Yeah, that's crazy. I've known my ex for 10 years, but we only dated for 2. So that just for the women in the future, y'all don't got nothing to worry about. I ain't want her. I was like an annoying sister right now. Just I'm saying that on paper for context. So boom, around right before COVID, me and Shorty reconnected, and we ended up just really locking in, because you know, like I was trying to talk to her when I was 24, 25. I was still ignorant. I thought I knew everything. Like I was in like I was just walking into my consciousness for real. So, you know, when you start walking in your consciousness for the first time, you're like, oh, yeah, you know, because I done watched Hidden Colors. I seen the Zeitgeist. And I'm like, no. And I knew I remember she would deny this. She always denies this story. And it's funny. I'll tell you this. The girl I'm talking about right now, think of Naruto, right? If y'all know about Naruto had a crush on Sakura, but Sakura was in love with Sasuke. I don't know who Sasuke is. That's not even my fucking business. I don't even care. So I loved her like Naruto loved Sakura. So where the fuck is Hinata at? All right, I'm just kidding. For the nerds, y'all get the reference. Anyways, we ended up, COVID happened. Granted, we in Miami, so like COVID lockdown was really 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, not that shit was normal, but like my job was still, I was kind of in a lucky, fortunate place. Yeah, anyway, so we locked in, and we try to make it work. I'll be lying. I try to make the shit work. I was trying to do everything in my motherfucking power. Like, hey, like, what you playing? Like, look, man, everything's perfect. We locked in. We talk every day. You know what I'm saying? We look good. And she's someone that's so in tune with herself. that she just knew better. You know what I'm saying? Like, and knew better. And it's funny now in retrospect. I was like, nah, it wouldn't have worked as much as I wanted it to. But that's one of my closest friends. Regardless of whatever. So that's just another person. That's my Sakura in my universe. Um, and obviously my mom, international woman. I talk about my mama. I love my mom. My mama's my best friend. I don't even know how she put up with me. And like it's funny. Yes, I'm Puerto Rican. Yes, both my parents are Puerto Rican. My dad is Puerto Rican from African descent, and my mom's Puerto Rican from Taino descent. And obviously, because of slavery and rape and all type of shit, there's Spaniard mix in that bitch in some capacity. At least on my mama's side for sure. Um, but I talked to my mama just like this. Y'all have to realize, I was living in Paran or South Miami, shit, Kendall. Nah, Kendall's a little decent area, even though back then it was probably bad. But when I moved to South Miami Heights, I was, what age you in middle school? 11, 12. So I've been talking like this, or at least a rendition of this for the long. And it used to be worse. Like, you see this voice that we do like this now. It's an inside joke amongst the boys. Cause one of the homies, Fat Boy don't even talk like this. But we'll just start doing this voice like this, and it became a habit. And it's funny. I use it in rap now too. I'm telling you, if you get around the squad, you're like, all right, makes sense. It fucking makes sense. But I've been speaking like this forever. So I love the relationship I have with my mom because she'll speak to me in Spanish, and I'll communicate with her just like this back. And I talk to mom in Spanish sometimes too. But for the most part, I talk like this. So I'm just so grateful. I have like the coolest mom in the world. She let me get away with a lot of shit, especially as a child. She just gave me the freedom to be me and to make, even though I made bad choices and I was spoiled like a motherfucker. Because you got to think about it. My dad was famous in Puerto Rico in the 70s and 80s. Like, to the point I met a shorty at the bar. I got her number, and she a little younger than me. And I was talking to her, and I was like, yeah, my dad, he used to be famous here in Puerto Rico, Cheito Quinones. She's like, Cheito Quinones? Like, like, she knew my dad. And I'm like, you capping, you know the fuck Cheito Quinones. Then this bitch played a song. I was like, oh, this is crazy. Now, granted, I haven't even pulled up to my dad's, like, he's from Saint Germain. I haven't gone there yet. I have to go though. Maybe not my next day out, but next time I have like a 2-day back-to-back thing, I'm gonna drive out there. Cause you can circle the island in like 4 hours, to be honest. Like, if you can drive the whole perimeter island in 4 hours, but there's just so much. So my dad was famous in the 70s and 80s here. And so granted, when I was younger in the 90s, my mom and my dad moved to Miami in 1988. They got married in 88. No, they got married in 88? They got married in 88. I know they was married for 2 years before they had me. But they ended up moving to Miami. Obviously before I was born here. I was born in Miami. And she, my dad came over. He had ended up getting a gig with this guy named Willie Chirino. He was like a famous salsa dude or whatever. Then my dad ended up getting an opportunity with Gloria Estefan. Yeah, I know Gloria Estefan is big shit in the Latin world. And he toured with her. Like, my dad performed at the motherfucking Super Bowl. It's not a joke. Hey, Tune, you got my Gloria Estefan world tour jacket, bruh. And it's so dope. My big sister, like my biological sister, I love Chaley. What's up? My dad had got her because they had like fucking bomber jackets, and it said like Gloria 1996 or whatever. And on the bomber jacket, he got her name like. I don't know why I didn't get mine. I had no swag back in the day. I was 5, bro. Tupac was still alive when my dad was on tour. Oh my God, that shit. Anyways, I was hella spoiled as a child. like during that, like my adolescent, like I had all the fucking toy, like my bad, you know, I'm still from Dade County, so my self defense mechanism, I just, you know, my head be on a swivel. Um, so like toys and bullshit, I always had it. Then how my mom describes it is a little after 9/11. That's when shit went down. Like, granted, I'm actually really proud of my dad, because for the longest, he, you know, eventually he ended up having to like, you know, start working with my uncle, doing like construction shit or whatever to like get by because things got really difficult. But my old boy, for the longest, since he was like 15, 16, he been making a living off of music. Like music. Not, he ain't had no 9 to 5. He ain't do none of, he ain't have a 9 to 5 till later in life. Now granted, I understand. I can't blame my parents for not knowing, right? Because their job was to come to America. My job is to create that financial freedom and generational wealth, because I was raised in America. I went to school system in America. I seen the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And then when I, you know, we lived in the nice area, and then we lived in the fucking poor area. And don't get, man, South Point, man, I can't wait. If I end up pulling up to, if I pull up to Miami in May, I gotta pull up there. We still got someone on the block. I think Jonathan's still out there. Fast parents. So still live in South Point, which is crazy, bruh. Man. But yeah, like it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I know I was talking with International Women's Month. I know I brought up my mama. Oh yeah, so you know, she spoiled me, but even when things got rough, we ended up moving down south, further down south, and whatever. She still allowed me to be me and give me the freedom to do whatever and this, that, and the third. There's little things ought to change, because there's some stuff I was exposed to. I'm like, Mama, I don't know, you should let me watch movies as legit. But she's such a good soul. And my mom, the type of person, she don't ask for nothing. Like, I mean nothing, nothing. No gifts, no goddamn whatever. If I try, like, I have to be the person to fucking, Mom, check your cash app, or like type shit. She won't just take something from me. Or like if I like mom, like when I was there last time, I was really trying to take my mama, my brother, and my dad out to eat. They're like, nah, we cook, Poppy. Go, just take the car. Go to the mall. Go have fun. I'm like, word? All right, I'll take the car. But now, like, y'all want to eat? Like, I'm over here trying to, you know, that's just, it is. I understand it now being here in Puerto Rico, because culturally, it's, bruh. I'm from an environment, like, you know how there's things that I notice about myself being here. So, for instance, right? It's funny, man. Because just like, you know, you start going to house parties around 15, 16. Then, you know, like in a party in Miami or down south back in the day, we already know around 11:30, 12 o'clock, we're going to hear some gunshots. We're going to run to the car. And then when we run to the car, we all finna pull up to the park. Or we finna go get McDonald's and get mac chickens or whatever. It's just, it was so regular. So fucking regular. Know how many times, man, this is one time. Damn, man, I want to keep talking about women, the women in my, but I'm just, you know, I brought up this because culturally here in Puerto Rico, people maneuver different, are very selfless, and they're very, like, you know, I guess the only other way, the other kind of, cause like when I went to Atlanta, I felt Southern hospitality for real. You don't have Southern hospitality in Miami. Miami feel like a bougie ass island, and when I say bougie, is that everyone, it's just like this entitlement that everybody in Miami feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh. But when you come to another, like, I'm gonna give you an example. I went to Loíza. And we did this little tour thing. They're showing up different places. Cause Loíza is in Puerto Rico, is where predominantly the people from African descent, the Puerto Ricans from African descent live in Louisa, right? So I had to pee bad, and we're like, so I had to walk. I'm like, hey man, I'm trying to find a bathroom. So I'm like walking down this block, and I asked the dude, I was like, hey, I'm sorry, it's bother you. You know I can use the bathroom? He's like, oh, you can use it here. Man, I walked in this man's house. The roof is gone. There's no like the bathroom was in the living room. Like, it's not supposed to be, because you can see when the floor changes and it goes from like the carpet to the tile. But I'm like, he don't even got no door or a wall covering the bathroom to the floor. And I'm thinking like, and this was regular. And if you looked at this man's face and how his demeanor, his spirit, you would not think that he was living under those circumstances. The brother was just chilling. Now a little beer in his hand, like, hey papi, está bien, ven, a usar el baño. So he does uno or dos. I said one, bro, just one. It's like, papi, ven pa acá, ven pa acá. But so and there's people live like, thankfully, I'm living in a little nice area over here. When I move, I'm gonna try to get an apartment in this area, because the post office is a really good job in Puerto Rico. This shit like having a degree. Oh Lord, that girl's pretty. But so I'm grateful that I could sustain myself, be able to save money, and I'm gonna be living under my means. I'm not trying to go all crazy. Get me a nice little apartment, cause my uncle's like, you got till October, nigga, cause I don't even know if I'm gonna be in this house, cause I don't know if he's trying to sell that. I don't know. That's none of my business. What I do know is that, like, I have till October, and that's when I decide what I'm gonna do at that moment, as far as like where I'm gonna stay at or whatever. So I'm thinking about getting an apartment either in Guaynabo or Bayamon. Anyways, I'm talking way too long in this live. Thank you sincerely for everything, y'all. Cause like, I'm really trying my best to be the best version of myself, and to be in control of my thoughts, the things that I speak about, make sure that I'm not over here bullshitting, I'm not taking advantage of nobody, I'm not wasting my time, I'm not, I'm over here talking about nah. I'm trying to make sure that I have my situation together. I want to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to be the best version of myself. I'm taking baby steps every day, and I'm trying to be positive and make sure that my mind and my thoughts are as pure and clear as possible. So, and it's been a little difficult, because living somewhere where you're not from, you feel the holes of, well, at least for me, that's why I feel like, oh, I lack here. I can see why I lack here, because, you know, back at home, I have my comfort zones, and I have, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, if I don't go out, like, if I'm not the type of person, like, I was just talking about this with my ex. I'm like, it's so like, for me, I'm an introvert. I have extrovert qualities though. If I'm with the homies and we go out, like, and this is from like a party, just regular shit perspective. I'm so comfortable, my aura alone will make particles move, meaning that you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in my comfort zone. But because I'm dolo, I'm dolo, I have trauma, and I'm conditioned to always be on guard. I'm realizing, like, damn, I kind of like, this is kind of taken away from me, because like, I'm not operating from a place of like, hey, I'm operating from a place of like, what's your intentions, man? And people be sincere as fuck with me. So it's something that I'm working on or whatever. But anyways, I need to cut this short, because I gotta go get my little stuff, and we gotta do this shit. I'm finishing the skits tonight. This shit gonna be so fucking fun. But anyways, for everyone that's been tapped in, people that have just been, again, my supporters, like, I just want to make it sure that y'all know I'm being very sincere when I say that I am grateful, and that I just appreciate everyone that's tapped in, because I'm gonna say this right before I get off. I was talking to the boys about this too, right? Because they caught me being a little defensive. Listen, I'm 35. I don't have no kids. I not married. I ain't got no girlfriend. I am not obligated to anything outside of myself. The most important thing to me right now, what's today? March 10th, 2026? I probably got the date. March 9th, 2026. Right now, the most important thing to me is my tape. I don't give a fuck about nothing else at all. I'm not, I don't give a fuck. I give a fuck about a lot of shit. I'm saying that is the most important thing to me. So, cause like the homie was like, man, you trying to hop on the game? I'm like, bro, he's like, why don't you just take your data from the computer? Nope, nope, nope. Until I get some new shit or until I fix my computer and get it out. Nah, nope, 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 nope. I'm sorry. I'm telling you, there's nothing more important to me right now than my music and becoming the best version of myself. That's it. Because I know because this project is my sinners. I'm telling you, I've been saying this shit. This project is my sinners. Is it as profound as sinners? Nah. There's nothing I've bear witness to that's as Sinners is my fucking favorite movie of all time. And it's crazy. I know it's new. It might be recency bias, but I don't think so because you have everything that I love mixed in one. You have music, you have black history, you have spirituality, you have symbolism, you have even from the arc, you have the young man and the young lady. You got the two brothers, that the righteous one, and well, both of them kind of right. Like it's just so many things embodied in one. Anyways, I can't say that my tape is the equivalent of Sinners. Compare it, but it's the equivalence of that to me. You get what I'm saying? So this is number one priority, and this is, I can't get out of here until you know what I'm saying, until this is done. And I don't even talk like that because God, I plan to live about 107, 108, man. I got so much to do. Don't pull me out of here yet. Please, please. For real. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm just, and even now, experiencing what I'm experiencing and living in my reality, it's kind of crazy, bro. I have imposter syndrome for real. Because it's like, bro, I'm telling you, 4 months ago, bro, I was fucking struggling and stressed and fucking and still doing everything I can to make music around all the noise. Nigga working a fucking 10-hour shift, taking 6 hours to get to and from work. That's fucking 16 hours out my day. Going home, taking a shower, smoking, and then going fucking record and then sleeping for 3-4 hours to get right back on the bus and do the same shit for 6 fucking days straight. Bro. So when I tell you I'm in gratitude, it don't make no sense, bro. And if anyone thinks anything otherwise, you tripping because I work for this. I work for this. I work for this little freedom and for this, all this stuff. And I'm so thankful for the people that have come into my life, for the women in my life. Going back to this, shout out to my auntie, Titi Ivy. I love you so much. That's my godmama. My auntie is the GOAT. My auntie is, she it's funny too, because when I was a little kid, my auntie used to, I know I used to bug my fucking auntie, man. I used to be begging her for toys and all type of shit. She was a cool auntie with the PS2 and the PlayStation. And I beat Metal Gear Solid 2 for the first time at her house. And I remember it being 3 or 2 in the morning, and I'm freaking out because I'm like, who the fuck are the Patriots? Yeah. But if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have even be here right now. She helped communicate with my uncle about me staying with him, and then even when it came to shipping my stuff off, she paid for some shit that I didn't even have. I didn't even know it was that expensive. I'm like, $200 for a box? Nah, all this shit gotta go, man. Fuck these Dragon Ball Z mangas. And she went out her way, bro, so I can't. That's why me becoming who I need to be. I mean, I am who I am, but I'm saying, like, me getting to where I want to be is so important because it's not for me, bro. I can't wait to bless the people in my life, bro, that had no reason to, like, because I know I ain't perfect, and I know there's times I haven't been present, because I'm trying to figure shit out, and I've been grinding this, that, and the third, but, when people genuinely believe in you and they kind of let you just do you, they don't, like, you know what I'm saying? I have friends that I barely talk to, but, when we do speak and we do link and talk, it's just love because that's where we left off at. So when you have those people in your life that understand, hey, I know you are your mission. We believe in you. Whatever you need, we here. And it's coming from a sincere place. You can't magnify how. Yeah, bro. Anyways, I'm done. I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys so much for tapping in. It's your man, Amaury Love. Ooh! Y'all might get a freestyle tonight. Working on a little song. Oh my God, I found this song. And shout out to Absol, bro. Every time I hear Absol rap on Sundays, I'd be like, what the fuck? You know how, like, you ever been playing basketball, bro? You in the court and you killing it. You playing a pickup game of 21, and like because you know you've been practicing, you've been working on your jump shot, your right hand and your left hand, and then you look to the back and there's a nigga on the other court, and that motherfucker going crazy. You like, oh yeah, I thought I had something going. He dunk, you shooting the shot, you hitting shit. This man over here dunking. And dunking with style. You just like, all right, bro. I thought I had something. Now I gotta give up something. But obviously not. It's all fucking. I appreciate the inspiration. Anyways, I'm done. I keep trying to get off, and I love. Obviously, I can see I love fucking talking. But thank you guys so much again. Holla.